Greetings once again, fellow book lovers. It's time for another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online, where I present to you a book that I've read, reviewed, and recommend. And today's book is Killing the Witches, The Horror of Salem, Massachusetts, by Bill O'Reilly and Martin Dugard. This is published by St. Martin's Griffin. It retails for $20 in the United States, $27 in Canada, and it is 300 pages long. Bill O'Reilly is, besides being a TV newscaster, broadcaster, whatever you want to call him, he's also written this Killing the series. And this is book 13 in the Killing series. And it is most fascinating. We've all heard so much about the Salem Witch Trials. Now, I grew up in the 60s, and I watched Bewitched. And Elizabeth Montgomery playing Samantha, she was a good witch. And I also read the Harvey comic books, Wendy, the Good Little Witch. And so back in my time, witches weren't seen as evil personified, but back in Salem, Massachusetts, in specifically 1692 and 1693, they were hated. The Salem Witch Trials were responsible for the death of hundreds of witches, warlocks too, because men were put to death too, because they thought they were of that ilk. And it's fascinating, the research that went into this book. It talks about specific trials. It talks about a 4-year-old child that was thought to be a witch, and she was confined almost to like a jail for quite some time. And she would have been there until she said that her mother was a witch. So once that was supposedly proven, the little girl was let out of her prison. The mother was convicted of being a witch, and the mother was hanged. That was usually the way that they killed witches. They either hang them, sometimes they put them in the water to drown, and if they didn't drown, they weren't a witch. And if they did drown, supposedly they were a witch, but it was pretty hard to get out of the watery depths. Some were also burnt at the stake as well, too. And so this book tells in graphic detail what really happened. And two people, a father and son religious team of Cotton and Increase Mather, were really behind all these witch trials. And they weren't the nicest people. They preached religion, but they also preached hysteria, because people out of a clear blue sky were suddenly pointed at and said they were witches. If somebody's crop failed, it was because the witches had cursed the land and things like that. And there's also in the book Benjamin Franklin, and he really was not... he didn't like Cotton and Increase Mather. In fact, he made fun of him in some of his writings. And Benjamin Franklin wrote under the pseudonym of Silence Dogood, and he talked about Cotton Mather. The book also talks about the American Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, and how the trial sort of led to a formation of different areas of government. And it sort of distracts from the book itself, but that's fine. What we have about the Salem Witch Trials is certainly informative enough. He also, Bill O'Reilly and Martin Dugard, also go into talk of witches in movies like The Exorcist, and where people possessed by the devil and the evil out there. But this book is really interesting. If you like the supernatural, true to life supernatural, and you've heard about the Salem Witch Trials, this really goes into depth. So if you're looking for a sort of creepy, I won't say it's a creepy book, but it makes you shiver a bit when you read about these poor people who were thought to be witches. They were just normal, everyday people. There are even people in their 80s that were suddenly condemned and convicted and hanged as witches. So if you're looking for a really fascinating book, Killing the Witches is definitely the book you should seek out. And if you do purchase it, please let me know if you do agree with my review. Thank you for watching. I'll be back again very soon with another excellent book. Until then, stay safe, stay sane, Stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.